Hello, hello. We are back today. I couldn't make up my mind as to which we were going to do. Art meshing more of a Blue's model, or if we were going to do Ova Magica. So I decided we're probably doing both. We're going to start with art meshing, and then later we will swap to Ova Magica. I was a little late starting stream because that meant I needed to make 2 different thumbnails and 2 different streams for YouTube. But I didn't actually set the Ova Magica one to visible just in case we get sidetracked by the rigging and stay here the whole time. Because it's a possibility, but I didn't want to do nothing on the model today. I wanted to get something done. But I realized as we were in the ad break, I forgot to eat my breakfast, so I'm eating that right now. So we'll go ahead and poke around Rusty's while I eat real quick, and then we will get into the rigging. Grey Wolf, welcome in. Congratulations on getting first, both with the speaking and the actual the other button, the channel point redeem. That's the words. Nice. Got a gold thing that. We'll just re-roll the rest of those. Speaking of so many emotes, I did make. No problem. I tried to pop by. I've actually popped by a couple of times where I haven't been able to speak because, like, I've just been busy with other stuff. But speaking of emotes, I replaced the LO with the new creature because I was like, you know, I tried to draw my new version of myself on the emote base I had with the LO, and it just wasn't working out. I was like, wait a second, I could just take an image from Emote Lab and put my LO button, my bubble, above it. And they actually had done new animations in Emote Lab, and there was a greeting one. So I got like the little hand thing. Yeah, they're from Emote Lab. I had to customize my character a little bit myself, but not a whole lot. Alright, I think we're done with the garlic at this point. Yeah, so the garlic can go away. And we'll make that this. Then, what's that, cucumbers? Do we need any more cucumbers? No, we're good on cucumbers. We might be good on most of these, honestly. Because we just left it running the entire time last time. And I did not pay, like, any attention to it. So I think we, like, overgrew everything. You know what, let's just take the signs off everything. And then I will look through to see what we actually need. Because if I still need those plants, I will find out in just a moment. Being wolf, you think it's a little harder? Yeah. Because, Bullfrog also was like, could I make a frog? And I'm like, I don't think so. Because, like, it is based on, you know, a humanoid type creature. Arguably, if you go into the texture atlas itself, you could probably, like... Well, I mean, you can recolor the skin anyways to look, you know, the gray of you and give yourselves, you know, give yourself, like, more ears like this. But I don't know if there's a good way to make it look more like you have fluff going on as opposed to, you know, a hairstyle. Might, again, be able to do something with, like, modifying the textures directly, but that requires either being artistic or hiring someone to be artistic for you and having a well enough understanding as to how it's going to apply to the other things and yada yada. It can be a lot. I can understand that being something one does not care to do. Alright, so yeah, it looks like I just need our 2 new things. Oh, we do still need some sweet potato. Okay, so we need that, this, and then sweet potato can stay as well. We don't need a lot more sweet potato. And then just for now, we'll go ahead and do second version of those. And you know what, we'll do 1 more sweet potato because we have to have at least 3 things growing that are different because you need 3 different things on the biofuel. Doohickey. So it looks like we don't have a lot of actual produce going on. I guess we've been processing it too quickly. We also have to feed these creatures over here. Hopefully they're not starving or anything. and then the bees, we have a new plant bush. Alright, where do I want to put these? Let's go with here. Bing, bush. Those. And let's get the robots upgraded. Those ones are done. That one's done. I think both of these are done. Nope, that one's not done. That one's done. That one's done. This one is not done. These are not done. These were like the newest ones. Thank you for the work, Lark Honey. I hope work improves. I know you said it was being kind of dumb already. Ugh. I assume you can't hear me, but if your print is finished, I can go make sure that it swaps over and yada yada. Just let me know when it's done. Let's go here. Thing, because that had a sign on it. We didn't need that sign anymore. Alright, normally I'd like rip up the plants currently there. You know what, we'll just rip up the plants in these ones in the front here. That way we can go ahead and get started with at least one thing. The other fields, they can just go ahead and wait a minute. Alright, so it's this field, and this field. Alright, now let's make it smaller. Scoot it over a little bit, that way you can see more of the farm. Whoa. My eyes suddenly decided, hey, I'm gonna get like watery out of nowhere. Like, what? I didn't spend that much time outside this morning. I literally just, you know, walked to car and walked back. It's been a while since then. What is going on? Like, cause it's like suddenly like watery, runny eyes. Oh my goodness. That's like normally like a allergy type of thing, so that's just random. That was unexpected. Alright, so back into the rigging of a blue. I was thinking about it earlier, because obviously, I vaguely know what I'm doing with rigging at this point, right? I do actually know what I'm doing to some extent, but I still like watching people's tutorials and such for how to rig, because learning other people's perspectives as to how and why they do things can help me find new solutions for problems I might come across, or even learn of problems that might happen without knowing like they exist right now. It's one reason I like to hang out in the Live2D Discord sometimes, and I'll just read through other people's problems, because like I haven't come across every single case problem that can happen in this program. So like, obviously I don't know everything, right? So I like watching tutorial things. There's someone who's currently doing a new tutorial setup. Right. I haven't done the highlights yet. I'll do that in a little bit. Oh, there's someone who's doing a new thing. Right. I was debating fixing the end of that, but I think that looks all right. Yeah. Okay. I was doing kind of a current thing of tutorials, and most tutorials that I've seen lately there haven't really been ones recently. Most of them have been like several years old. So I was like, yay, someone's doing a new thing. Curious as to how that goes. So I was watching that a little bit, and it got me thinking earlier, I might just start with an auto mesh on the body, because most of the body auto mesh might be feasible, might be an okay choice. But most of the head stuff, that's not how it works. But it really depends. And I'm just like, I don't know. Am I being lazy? Or would auto mesh maybe be fine? Because there's so many layers as well. Part of me is just like, maybe I should just like start with an auto mesh for most of the body stuff. So I can work on the texture atlas organization. Outside of stream, and get that at least started. And then I can fix those things as we go along. Because if I at least put an auto mesh on all of the parts, I can start the texture atlas, because there will at least be like a more correct shape around everything. And when you're organizing the texture atlas, you need to make sure that your mesh isn't overlapping with other parts. So you kind of have to make sure that the mesh itself is already done. So if I just auto mesh it, I can start organizing the texture atlas. So that's something I might do post stream, because I think if I were to try and auto mesh the body during live stream, it would probably implode. Not gonna lie. I'm assuming out of our 1500 layers, at least 1,000 of them are in the body. And I will probably have to like pick a couple files at a time or like a section at a time and tell it to auto mesh that and then continue onwards. But if I do it that way, I can obviously still fix art meshes later on as needed. But at least get like a good start. I feel like this might be okay. I know for let's do this and then let me solo it. Do this. Like, how bad? Hello, that's not the button I wanted. Did not want that. Look at you. Do you have a button? You don't have a button. See, this, you can't see it. But when you hover over it, it tells you like B for the brush selection tool. But I want the deform brush to have a shortcut, and it currently does not have one. I wonder if I can set that up differently. I might want more of a bend option here. I'm gonna just put like one more point in here. It doesn't need to be much bendier, but I do want it to have a little more than what's currently happening. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a thought I was having. I might do some auto meshing so I can start the texture atlas organization without having to go too crazy on the meshing. Because as long as this exists at all, it will be fine. Okay, so then I need to copy that and then go to this one. Trace, ding, click, drag you down. This one looks like it might actually generally be the same. There might be a slight rotation. I don't even think there was a slight rotation. I think it's fine. Do like that. I'm gonna spread it out a little more because since it's got like a hazy edging going on, you know, the weird lower opacity bits. Gonna spread it out a bit to make sure we're not cutting off any of the more shadowy edges that are happening here. Yeah. All right. Now those are together. And then we need this small strand over here. And then I'll probably go through and do all those highlights real quick because there's a bajillion of them that are exactly the same. I think this one's big enough that we're gonna do our outliner hair. I'm so glad I made that outliner hair. Look at that. That is such a good starting point. That's glorious. Glorious. Okay, want to make that more dense? I think that's honestly fine, especially because it's like connecting up at the top point. It's not going to get deformed a lot. And again, I can fix it later. But yeah, if I auto mesh everything, we'll at least have a general idea as to what the outline of all the shapes are, which will make it easier for me to go ahead and throw them on a texture atlas. Because right now, if I were to try to work in a texture atlas, everything would be in a big box, and the big box is much larger than what it's going to actually be in the end of it all. So if I just auto it, I can work on the texture atlas before we get into the body. And that's something that I'll work on off stream. Texture atlasing is really just like playing a very large game of Tetris. So, it's not the most interesting of things. I will say that. But it is very important. That should be good for down here. This to be bendable. And this one didn't actually have a shadow. That should generally be good. Solo, artmesh. So if I want to like that, we can. Some good shapes in there. I do think, actually, hold on. Let's go back into it. Let's erase the center sections and make a line along that line in there. Ding. Ding. Okay. Yeah, we got a bit of a texture in there that we'd like to follow. We should go for this part of it. I'll do that. Ding. Ding. Go along that bit of it. There. You something like that. Here. We'll just go along this a bit. That way. We'll shape them more. Shape them more? Shape a bit more realistically. Saturday is going to be the Wholesome Direct. Unfortunately, I can't stream on Saturdays, or maybe I would be tempted to do like a reaction stream with it, watch it with everyone. Especially because I actually have a thing of I could technically be like an official co-streamer, and co-stream it. But again, Saturdays are not a day that I am available for streams for, especially not a stream that would require a microphone. Because again, I have gremlins, and they are a time. Alright. So let's see. I think these two things are essentially the same. Oh, I think one's bigger than the other. Okay. If that's auto standard. Auto hair would do something like this. I might just do the standard. Because it is, again, very triangular. Gets us the shape we need. And I think that does well enough. You know? Sometimes you don't need to be too crazy. And because it's round, I think this works out generally better. I just might straighten it out a little bit. Because some of these points are looking a little kooky. I do like our outer edge. For sure. Okay. It's just like a weird hair shadowy thing. What if I did little deformation? We'll start with the little deformation actually, because again, it's just a light. I don't need it to do anything super crazy, and it's probably literally just going to be going left, right. A very small amount of curving might need to happen to it on like a head turn or something. Like it doesn't need to do much. Okay, we're gonna copy that, and then actually what we're gonna do is highlight hair gradient. By searching that, I can actually find every single thing that is labeled that same thing. So this is the one I'm selected on. Let me pull this out a bit more so I can see all of it. Hair gradient light. I don't know why that one seems to be a different color. Add. Solo it. So that does seem to be a different size. So we're gonna take that and let's see. Bing. So you are a weird little blob. I think for this one, actually, I will go ahead and copy paste what I had. This is glitter though, which makes it really hard to kind of figure out its exact shaping and size, you know? A little glitter ball. Okay. Go out more that way. Not quite. Not quite. In the shape. Let's auto standard. Would rather it be more round. And definitely not that. Standard, baby. I think for the glitter we're gonna do this. I knew. Big orb. Probably just, again, standard or little. I don't like those. Those are not nearly as pretty. We're gonna delete that. This was a kind of a pretty circle. I like this one. If anything, for this one, I want to grab the center of this circle and make it so it's more like this. That way it's more retaining of the whole thing. Okay. I think that's good. I think I'm going to copy that one instead now. Copy you. I think you are like in the same spot. Yeah, because you're in the same little area. And this one is another glitter. More glitter. We do a standard. It might be okay. Double checking, yeah, because there's some missing from out there. Let's delete that. Can I take and discard that? I'm gonna take that one for it actually. It's you again. Ding, ding. Alt shift. Question is everything in our circle? Because before something was missing down there. You're missing out there. So everywhere except here. Oh, escape. I'm just gonna pull that part out further. Like this. Yes, you are oddly shaped. That's okay. It happens. Over here as well, actually. There's a few more points. Lighting. Alright. Needs to come out a little more too as well. Alright. Oh yeah. Hair lights. They're so funky. Ooh, wow. Right, because that's one of the ones I did duplicate. Let's copy you. Okay, you two are literally the same as each other. I don't know if you're the same as the one I just copied up there, but I think you are. Yeah, okay. So you guys can do that. Bam. Alright, and then we can get rid of that. Okay. So that should be a lot of the hair highlights. Maybe not all of them, but whole hair did not get grabbed. So let's grab whole hair. Because yeah, that was a separate... excuse me. That is a separate shape. It is similar to the other ones, because I feel like this was the first of the Orby shapes that was made. And from it, other stuff was made. It's just, the others are just like copy paste of this orb. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna copy this, and we're gonna search again for whole hair. Yes, there are several of these. So this one is invisible at the moment, and it's probably not going to get used at all, but just in case, we're just gonna go ahead and throw that on there. Bam. And turn it back off. This is the one we did. This is two more, That should literally be the same exact shape, same exact place. Bam. Full hair. Delete. Bing! Don't need to bing at me. Alright, next. Come back into this. I want to do this rainbow thing. So this is a very fun layer. Look at this guy. Standard. It's probably fine. Because this is something that I don't know. I don't think I'll be moving it like any capacity. Like it's got to follow the shape of the head around to some degree. But like, it's a weird, fun little orb guy. I don't think it needs that much. That's too little. I will do that. Again, if it's a problem, we can fix it later. And then we want all of the rainbows to have the same thing, because all of them should be exactly the same. We can use that again. Highlight rainbow. Ding, ding. Which, yes, I think that means there's going to be 4 separate rainbows, but there's only so much. Because all the rainbows I have here are clipped to different things, and I don't recall if I made them copies earlier or not. I don't think I did, because then all of them should have gotten the new thing before. Okay, right. This little mask guy needs to be shaped. Oh, right. I made it so I had one for the left and one for the right, even though it in itself, the layer is like this. Okay. So for this, we want mirror edit. We need the correct location for our center. And then, no, I don't want to do this. I think maybe along this edge. It doesn't need to be a 3. It can just be a 2. It could be less dense. Like, I think it should just kind of go along here, because that's going to be like along the edge of a hairline. What's the edge of that? There it is. Thing like that. And then from there, I'm gonna go ding. Looks like it goes out this way. It's really hard to get a shape for this. This like that. That's the edge of that shape. This. Like this. Probably go that. This is just kind of giving me a little bit of edge shaping. Here. Oh. That gives me that line. And then let's take you from there. Like this. Okay. I think that should do it. Very weirdly shaped thing. Let's ding. Take this. Go under there. Right, now that should be both sides exist. This is the one that's just supposed to be the right. Do that. We're gonna copy it, delete it. No, undo that. Do not mirror edit this time. There. So that's that one. This guy is gonna be pasting our deleted section. Bam. So it's technically the same layer, but they are meshed differently. Oh, I get a sneeze again. I acknowledged that I needed to sneeze, and therefore the sneeze is like, haha, no. Denied. Alright, so in this one, all of that is taken care of. And there should also be in the other vent, those guys, yep. And then, yeah, that's all that. And then in here, all of this. Oh, there's one little thing here that does not have stuff. Right, that's what the rainbow's connected to here. Let us just auto that one. Well, that looks weird. I mean, it's such a weird shape. It really is. Honestly, I can't really fault it for doing this. Like, it's just such a weird little shape. And it's so small, too, because, like, literally these little bits that are on these strands. Oh, man. Why are those that way? Well, Okay, copy, paste. I'm copy pasting one layer. Why are you loading every texture under the sun? Okay, so this is the top one. So you're gonna be small strand mask 1. I'll rename it that way. And we're gonna take this and go to that one. You're 2. Carmine! What? Why did the bonks not go off? I didn't hear no bonkies. Also, wait a second. Wait a second. I bet even... First off, let me open the bonking program. It had an update. There's a chance it didn't reconnect when it did that. So we're gonna go into the void. But also, I bet when you threw things yesterday, did you ever hear it? Did you ever hear any of the bonkings? Why are you not connected? Do the connection. No! No bonk sounds! Your mons were stolen? What mons? What? Okay. I don't know why this isn't working. Let me move this window as well, and then we're going to studio mode, and we're coming over here. I said studio mode, thank you very much, but okay. It didn't listen to me. That's fine. I'm turning tits off for a second. Mummies? You got robbed? Are you referring to the channel points? Okay, so why are you not connected? Oh, hold on. Looks like it is trying to open a window. Let me get this one. I want this one. Give me... Is that one? It opened a window. This one? Nah, you don't need a window. Hold on. Once I fix the connection part, I will fix the audio part. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put the audio. In that, though. Probably put the audio in under the same stuff as the game tracks. We'll see. Ugh. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Why don't you want to be connected? I guess let's try de-authenticating it and then re-authenticating it, because perhaps that will work. Okay, why aren't you connected? Is it automatically authenticated? That part's not going. Why are you broken? Did I not have updated you? You give me an update, and then you say no. Everything. Okay, what freaking version of this am I on now? That is the real question. Let's see. Yes, this. Okay, I have potentially found the solution. You open up the log folder. Oh, settings. Where's the log folder at again? Oh, I've seen it before. Open log folder. Go in here, and I need to find Twitch authorization JSON. Delete it. And then try again. De-authenticate. Let me open that again. Make sure that thing gets deleted fully. Okay. Why do I seem to have folders inside of folders? That's fun. I don't know which one of those folders you would have been reading in the first place. I'll do that. And then that. Authenticate. Ding. Nope. What is going on with this? Okay. Alright, we're gonna restart throwing system again, because it looks like it was definitely a bug in the earlier version, but if I load it again, it might try to update again, and if it doesn't, then I will need to do it again. Rona! Welcome in! I'm just doing tech issues. Update was found, yes. Do that update. Trying to fix the tits. Connections. Twitch is actually connected this time. Yay! Okay. Next up, let me turn it back on over here. Okay, so now we can see. Now I need to add in another audio application. Audio application. Tits. I don't need to make that source visible on that. Tits. And it needs to be grabbing the sound from, you guessed it, Twitch Integrated Throwing System. And do title must match. Okay. Ding. You need to exist. I just don't need you showing in here. But the other thing is I need your advanced options. Hold on. There. I got hit. It works. Okay, so that sound can be on most things except, let's see, that's audio. I think I will put it in the same area as game audio or recording. Which, yeah, I forgot I wanted to be recording things. I think I've been recording gaming locally. Erdy, welcome in! Sorry, dealing with technical nonsense being a problem. Okay. And can I next hide that one? Okay. Yeah, because I just don't need that to be in the audio mixer, but it does need to exist. And then studio mode this time. Listen to me when I click that button. Go here. Okay, good. So that should automatically have moved into the other as well. All right. We should have sound as we throw things at me again. We should have throwing things actually working. There's one more thing we need to do before we continue on with the rigging of things. Manage reward request. And refund some various bonks. And we're gonna reject that one. There are not many bonks in here happening. Looks like yesterday's stuff is no longer in here. Which is weird, because, like, I know I cleared out some stuff, but that was a couple days ago, not yesterday. I refunded what I could. I'll refund, like, your next couple of throws then, Carmine, in order to, make up for that situation. Alright. You requested a refund, but you didn't tell me, like, a reasoning for your refund that was valid. You just wanted a refund just to have points. And then Rui has joined the farm. Here, let's bring the farm up real quick. We're already distracted, so let's just continue our distractions. Farm! Get big. Ah! Very rude. Alright, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, because Herdy threw the coffee at me. Oh my goodness, I'm almost out of coffee. Today might be a 2 coffee kind of day. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, I will refund an amount of your things at the end of stream unless you want me to... Unless you're so poor that you need me to do it now. Let's see. Sweet potato. Let's get the gold thing. Rhubarb is new. What did you do now? Hi, broccoli. Black beans. Yeah, we'll just leave it that way. Okay. So we can almost unlock the other grape there. Once we unlock that grape, then it's on to the next grape after that. I remember grapes are a big thing in this. You can't see the grapes behind me, though. Yes, we've got Gray on the farm, and Rui on the farm, and me on the farm. I think that's everyone who's on the farm. Carmine has not joined us on the farm. Carmine is lazy. Carmine does not help on the farm. Alright, there we go. Farm. Back to being a thing. Okay. Yay, Carmine joins the farm. Dig. There you are. I must antagonize you. And now you do work. Ha ha ha. Oh look, there it is. There's a new grape. Okay. Yeah, I don't need 2 sweet potato farms, so we'll get rid of that one, and we'll put the new grape there. Because let's see, do I even need the sweet potatoes anymore? Yeah, we're done with the sweet potatoes. That one finished it off. We will get rid of the sweet potato there. Alright. We need the red grapes. And we need 110 of them. Make that thing happy. Also, did I tell it to reroll? I did not. Reroll. Go get us new coins, my friend. And then let's upgrade some robots. Yeah, sometimes antagonizing does work because spite is a powerful motivator in times. Oh, gotta convert some coinage so I can work on upgrading the things. Okay, so that one's done. Okay, apparently I did not do enough on that front. There we go. And more robot upgrades. Robot upgrades. Upgrade them robots. Them robots upgrading. Okay, there we go. Bing! Alright. Okay, so I made these two masks. This one was for 1. So in this one, we delete that. Ding. And in this one, we delete that one. Ding. And then we're going to move these into their respective places. This needs to go into strand 1. This one needs to go into strand 2. You can't see what I'm doing because my big head's in the way. I'll move me for now. There. That's probably fine. I can't see from there. I'm a little farther over than I wanted to be. It's fine. Okay. Even so. Because these little mask guys are on these 2 separate strands, so they need to move with those hair strands. And that's why I was like, what do you mean they are where they are? And then this is all of the highlights above that. Alright. So that means the small strand is done. Ugh! Alright. Then from there, it's probably fine. It feels like it might be too dense. I'm not sure. Yeah, you're the shadow of that one. Okay. You're done, you're done, you're done. You're not done. You are another weird rainbow line. Yeah, you're the big one. This one, we might do my version of standard for. I meant to check regular standard first. Yeah, let's do the Loon S, because Loon S literally stands for Loon Standard. This outliner hair. It looks so funky. Because it's so hard for it to see where it wants to be. I'd like it if it was symmetrical. That would be helpful too, because it is a symmetrical piece. I'm gonna do it manually. We're gonna do it a little differently. There we go. Good. Since I'm still editing the stroke, it's like, yes, you can go ahead and exist out here. Do something like this. Like an outer edge. And then the density can be less, because it was like less dense before. Maybe a little, like 25. Okay. Ding. Let's think of it. They have to get the kids to actually, you know, do some cleaning stuff again. That's gonna be a fun, terrible time. Getting kids to do things is always a blast. Vertices. That. Actually, I had thought about. Still do it. Okay. Yeah. Merge that down a bit. Hello. Last motion there, it kind of went back the other way. Let's go like there. There we go. Okay, and then from here. This, I guess. Go from here. Do more like that. Nope, not there. Go here. Ding. What I was trying to do there. Let's go back to that. So we can probably put that in here. And then along this, I want to do points. There's more of a vertical separation happening. This thing. So I just want it to kind of know it's more vertical. Go. Okay. I think that kind of does what we need to do. To be. There we go. That has highlights. Then we're into the front bangs as a whole. So that's shadow. It's gonna be all of that. All of this. The front bangs. Then back fringe is something else. Okay, so that we're calling itself what? Front bangs? So front bangs org. Create! Then recenter it. Go up here where I can see it a bit better. Should be centered. Go. Okay, so now that's centered. However, within that I need anything called front and side bangs, it looks like. Back fringe. Okay, that is part of the vents. Then back ahoge is already there. And then cheek fringe. More like the mid-ish area. Okay, cheek fringe though is reflectable. And calls itself cheek fringe. Okay. I think the majority of the bangs are not symmetrical. There might be a little bit that is. Like the side-ish part. It's gonna be kind of difficult to figure that out. What is... That is the back of part of a strand in front of it somewhere. Okay. Of that guy. Okay, we'll figure that out further. So front bang and side bangs. I need to go into our hair shadows. Front bangs. So all of this. Select for movement. Needs to go into our front bang org. Move here. All of that is our shadows. These front hair pieces. Yeah, like there's like a left and right side kind of happening. Those might be duplicatable. An advert is about to begin in a minute. I don't want hair shadow. I wanted to go back up here to the top. Take this whole thing now. All this. If that's not a funny giant forehead right there, I don't know what is. That is very hilarious looking. Yep. We've got front bangs, lower fringe short. That, which apparently has some shadow layers in it that don't belong to it. You should not have those shadows. Those shadows belong with the other one. Actually, yeah, you're like a big shadow guy. Why are you there? Is that shadow? What is it doing? Where are you at? You're in fringe short. Perhaps instead of this being there, the shadows specific to those hair bits should get clipped onto these hair bits as well as the face mask? Perhaps? Because that's a shadow supposed to be on this bit of hair. Still being recolored that way. That is a problem for slightly future me. That is not right the second me. Yeah, put the hair back. There we go. Alright. So this is this random strand. Front bang. This 3. You know what? Let us let's go into our deformer thing. Front bang. Org. Just front bang. It's calling itself S3. I don't know why it's calling itself S3. It's gonna be you. Now we have to go down into the hair shadows. Let's you. Continuous creation. Next. Why is all of that open? I don't want side fringe open. I just want front bangs open. Okay. This is S. Q and regular S. Continuous creation. I want 0. Yes. Because you don't have a number. Front bangs. Front bangs. Or I guess you can just front bang. Continuous creation. We need to have both versions of everything happening. So it's regular front bang. Going back up. We need... You're calling yourself a shadow? Look at it. You have a shadow. Which one is that? But what the heck is that? Is that a shadow for this front bangs? Which already has another shadow? Who are you the shadow of? Yeah, break is over. Well, I'm probably gonna have to get up in a moment because I'm almost out of coffee. I don't know what I'm doing for lunch. I'm even cold. Oh. That's annoying. I mean, I'm still also eating my breakfast cereal bar. I just looked down and there it was. Like... shadow applying to? Maybe below these other guys. I guess you go with that one? I'm gonna select for movement. I'm gonna stick you in there, but I don't necessarily understand what's happening. Yeah, I think it's supposed to move with that one. I believe it's causing a shadow to that side as well. Based on that hair strand. Okay. Yeah, if you say so. I will follow your lead. Okay, so side bangs. Hold on. Are you calling yourself a shadow too? Like, a lot of these just have S at the end, even though they're not the shadow bits. Hold on. Let's first do all of this real quick. Front bangs highlight org. Create. And then I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna turn it off so we can see a little better. Because getting the individual strands visually seen a little hard at the moment. Yeah, that's the whole piece. That's a shadow to the side. Okay, this is a little guy over there. Random little guy over there. Different random little guy. Okay, so I think you are indeed... Nope, not you. You. Indeed. Thing. So, side bang. What? 5? No. Oh boy. Yeah, it is that one, but it says 3. Ha ha. Uh-huh. Side bang 1, 2, 3. Side bangs 3. Confusion! Okay, I'm just... I'm just gonna call you 5. Just gonna call you 5. You're together. It's fine. I don't want the S's in these though because they're not shadows. So you're just gonna be Art bang. No. I guess you can stay with the S. Heck it. Whatever. It has a thing. Siege, welcome in. How are you doing? Yo, joined the farm. Yeah, let's look at the farm real quick. Farm big. You are gold. I see we got new things. I don't think any of these are going to be worth my time. Because I don't like the green things. They're not helpful. They have too many negative side effects. How many negative side effects? I think there's a dogger over there. Doggo! And how are the beehives? Beehives are chugging along. Let's get some grades going. How are you doing today? I love it. Spend the biofuel. There you go. All of the money. Like, I've got plenty of biofuel. Just spend it. He's the farm. The farm grows. I am gonna actually have to get up and go for a moment. Because my tummy has decided I need to run away. And I needed to get more coffee anyways, and some other stuff. So I will be back shortly. I'm just gonna leave this up so you guys can watch the farm though. I'm just gonna walk away. Here's the farm. We need many more of these red grapes. I'm gonna make a second red grape occasion real quick. So we can get that a little faster. Do that. And then I'm gonna run away real quick. I'm gonna run to the restroom. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. I've made it. I've returned. Me over here. Let's make Rusty smaller again. Think. Oh. I just realized that on my screen I want to make Rusty smaller. It's not actually at the bottom of the screen. Oh, yeah. Like this. We don't need that. Try the blue grape one. Don't need that. Alright. Yeah, so generally speaking, I'm doing well. We are working on stuff here. I think I'm just going to finish organizing these front bangs. Maybe we will mesh them, and then we're going to swap. Or I might just organize them and mesh them later, because I think I am losing the motivations here inside of the thing. So front bang. You're on the opposite side of that, so you're not it. Shadow. This is front bangs S, it calls itself. So whatever it's calling itself, that's what we're poking at. Okay. This guy. I meant to grab both. I was supposed to hit control click. There we go. Continuous creation. Oh, no, no, no. No, you. The deformer goes above it up here. That way I can find it more easily. Okay. So that should be that and its shadow. Yes, great. Front bangs. Back. S. Whatever that means. Whatever that is completely separate. Back S. Back S. Continuous creation. Yep, those two belong together. And then front bangs, back, no letters. Creation. Yep, that is moving together like it should. Side bangs. Not gangs, bangs. Typing. Bangs. S4. Right. This is where it gets weird because for some reason the shadows are not quite listed correctly in its numbers, but I'm going with the numbers from the top. That was supposed to be a 4 there, not a S. Eep, eep. 4. Okay. So next one is 3. Ding. Okay, and then that is that one? Yes, okay. And then side bangs. Just a 1. These ones are back to being the correct numbers. Side bangs. No additional things. Yep. You know what, those numbers, maybe they got weird because maybe somewhere in there is where it starts being reflected stuff with the other side. So maybe that's why those things got weird. Anywhere that it's not evenly connected. S2. This one? Okay, yes. Continuous creation. This is another side bang. Oh wait, so that should be... No, but that is the side. Okay, side bangs. This one? Yes. Yes? Yes, they're moving together. this is that, and then this is side bangs, that side. I think, yeah, those are the ones that should be the same as that side. It's just we've got this thing here. I'm not sure what it's connected to. Yeah, that's why those ones had the weird number situation. So this I call side bangs left org create. And I want these guys. Do you count too? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should just be those ones. Side bangs right org. 8. Go. Oh, that one. Yeah, supposed to be the top of that. I take these two things and solo them with all their children. Those look the same. Yes, they do. Okay, so that is the part that is reflectable in this. So the left org will get deleted when we get to that part. Okay. Replace. I put it there. Okay. Yeah, then, right, as I copy and duplicate things, I have to remember to redo the shadow and the fire orb flippings. Because the hair strands themselves get the fire orb. I think the shadows also get the fire orb, actually. Oh, where's my fire orb? Fire orb! Where are you? No, that goes just on the hair strands. Okay. Ah, man. Progress is happening. Slow and steady, but it's happening. Okay. So then the rest of these front bangs, I believe, are arguably the center. Grab all of that. Stop hiding it. Yes. So all of that I'm going to put together. Say front bangs center. We'll put just C for center org. Great. Let's see that. The only thing is that little random purple piece. You. Top, back. Front strand. Who are you supposed to be connected to? You're connected to this guy. Okay. I need to select you for movement, and it's one of these pieces. Should be that one, maybe? I think it's that one. Move here? Does that look correct? Yes, it does. See, when we pull it out here, now we can see the connection better. Okay, so you belong in there. We found it. Yay. I was like, what is that little tiny piece? It's just the connection point for this here. Slightly above the other hair. Fits. Alright. So now we have a whole bunch of stuff here. Front bangs. What are those ones? Oh, those are the shadows for the left side that need to get replaced eventually, right? Oh, I wanted the whole thing. Yes, okay. Yeah, so that's why those were out. I was like, everything should be in things now, right? Oh yes, and then this can get turned back on. If we move that around. Highlights do be moving. Although, this masky bit should not be moving. So that does just kind of go across all of the things. Gonna be rest of this is arguably what would move around, because that is the lights. Rainbow, I don't think needs to move. Either, though. So, like, this is our little light source. So if we decide to move it around on head angles or something, like when we turn that way, perhaps it goes, I don't know. When we turn that way, it would make sense to pull it this way a little bit. I guess it would like kind of disappear going that way. We might also rearrange how the highlights go in the end. We might put the highlights from each section, at least when it comes to like the big lights. Might put all the lights in one big thing so they can just move together. It's what they're clipped to that is affecting it here. That's why we have this highlight organizer. Okay. So we are close then on this being thing, because we just need oh. That's the whole hair that we are not showing. And this thing, I'm not sure if we're gonna get rid of it or not right now. Oh, right, that got copy pasted, so that side's no longer a thing. Probably like this, like little 1 at the end, 2 at the end, 3 at the end. Aha! I know, get it eventually. Yeah, because that layer is going to be the same name, but a different number at the end. Yeah, so this, I don't know if I want to keep it, because as you can see, if we actually isolate it, it's also the one in the back, but it's just duplicated back there. I don't know. I'm going to want to keep it. Is this like 1 layer situation I have or not? Ah! Alright. Do I keep organizing? You know what? I think we finish organizing this real quick. I think is what we're going to do. Looks like we have a left and right side for this. So we will go ahead and just do the right side, and the left side will be garbage later. This is ding, left cheek fringe, org, replace. Great. That one does not really matter. It's this one that's gonna matter. So what is this? We got this big shadow thing. I think that's for going on other hair strands, but it does take like the same shape as something above it. Can I select you for movement? That's actually more so in the vent bang, isn't it? Not a side fringe, vent bang. Side fringe. Where I think I might have a better time looking for it inside of the deformer list instead. Vent fringe, right hand side. That's highlights. It's probably something near the bottom. Yeah, it's that one. So I want to move here that shadow because it's the same-ish shape as that one. Okay, copy that. It's just located in a different spot when you're editing. So that way it will affect the things below it. Then this one, look, and it doesn't even actually deform, it looks like, compared to the other one. Okay, that generally looks good. Just need to get rid of the middle points because it doesn't have any visual characteristics in the middle here. I need to maintain that. It just needs the outer shape. tiny bit. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so that'll be all of this. That's the shadow for that as well. Okay. Alright. Where are you at? So then with that, this is a bunch of stuff down here. So you... Yeah, because the shadow below you, that's applying to the hair down there on the fringe, this guy, is multiple of those layers together. So what I might do is something different. Let's see. Let me look at the shadow layer. The shadow layer is a multiply. If I make you normal, what do you look like? Oh, I did not say screen. I did not say to choose something that we cannot use. Thank you. Got that versus normal. Yeah, multiply definitely makes it darker. The options here, if I use the big shadow as it is, we'll still have it completely apply to all of this. Like up here, it's just going anywhere. Or I can clip it specifically to the hair. But I have to make sure I'd get like all of the hair necessary. And then that could cause a problem. So I think I just leave it the way it is. Whee! Okay, but this then needs to go in. Select movement. It needs to go in with these guys. We just go ahead and make a right cheek fringe org. Yep. Delete. Delete. Right cheek fringe org. Huh? Oh. This guy. I'll have to add you afterwards. Right. Cheek fringe org. Great. What do you mean? Do you mean? These things have the same thing. Oh, I wasn't supposed to select that one. That's the problem. And I can't select that one either. Got it, got it. Figuring it out. Figuring it out. Right. Cheek. Fringe. Org. Create. This needs to go in here. No, no, not there. Here, sorry. Didn't need to move its part location. But then this needs to come down further. Out a bit more. That. Okay. That way, the shadow exists. Because the problem is, again, that shadow is a shadow of both of those parts. That's actually one more part, it looks like. That one. So that is the shadow of 3 different parts. They're not going to move together because it's all 3 of those. So I don't know if it'd make individual shadows that look like that. Because obviously these have very different looks. Also, yeah, we've got these little strands happening in here. So, like, that goes together. Looks like those go together because you are attached to that. And you... No, who are you attached to? You're attached to that one. You... go in front of that one, so why are you where you are? We'll just move you. We'll actually put you back. In motion? Maybe you'll go in front of it? I don't care. Okay, so we have... Those need to go together. I don't think I missed anything like that in the other one, but... cheek, fringe... We're just gonna call you one. We're gonna call you one. You're a group. You're two. Then... You're gonna be 3, and then you would be 4. You include that little hair strand down there. You don't have any funky strands. Yeah, you're like at this in-between bit. So, X that. Attached that. Oh. You feel like you're attached to that? Hello. Why did we not? We did. You do feel like you're attached to that. Okay. So then actually we put you in there. And delete that. And recreate you here too. Delete that one. And this one becomes 3. Because this one is this blob. Top. This one. This blob. Which has a little loose guy. This guy. And that guy. Yeah, that looks like it connects into that. This one is just hidden behind that. This comes out and it has a little guy on it. Okay. Alright, that should be well enough for the organization of that. Good. Next, though, is your shadow layers. I did skip out on your shadow layers. Heck. Alright, so then we need to get into the shadows. Cheek fringe. Right side. Take all this. Select it for movement, and then we're going to put it into the organization part. Fringe shadow. Yes, okay. And then these should just be able to go into things with the similar names. Let me move this up for you. I moved all the shadows into the organizer, and then whatever has the same name as the piece is where it goes. Where it's shadowy. Nonsense. Nope, that one goes in that one. And 4 goes in that one. And then 3 goes in that one. Right, because I rearranged a couple things. That's what happened. Okay. Now you make sure that with our new shadow layers in these things that they still hold all of the stuff they're supposed to. That is not the button I wanted. I wanted your deformer, thank you. Okay, that looks like we go out further this way. That's fine. Then you here, the entire organizational deformer might need some extension as well. Okay. And inside of that, we will now need to do the individual strands. Because of course we do! Cheek fringe. S. Use creation. Cheek fringe. No numbers. Continuous creation. Here. To S. Continuous creation. 2. And 3. This I'm gonna rename with an org so I know that it's various strings within org. Yes, I already did the organization of 2. So we're into 3 for it being an org. And then it needs to be this with S3 and 4. Now I could actually like rename these things to have like inline numbers, but that'd be a lot of work. And I don't care that hard. I'll figure it out. Okay, then that's all of the lower fringe stuff. Which means I'm going to want to create. So that's already up there, but if I select all of these minus that, I can then create lower fringe short right org. Okay, and then this one, I'm just gonna select all of it. This one is left and replace create because those are the same. That will eventually get deleted. Lower fringe, right. That's all of that. Oh my god. Ah! I just remember there's another hairstyle. Because, like, yes, there's lower fringe short and lower fringe long, but then there's also back hair short and long. Everything else doesn't have duplicates, but, like, this is... Yep. Alright, let's at least get this sorted real quick. So you... I don't know, what's our bigger pieces? So you and you definitely go together. So this is just, we're just gonna call you number 1. Lower fringe 1 org. Okay, you are also another tiny piece. This tiny piece on that one. Yes. Okay. And you, all of those. Yes. Okay. Are you? Where are you? Think. You look like you're blending into that one, actually. You are, for sure, blending into that one. Oh, you're behind it. Oh, okay. So you guys... are gonna be 2. You guys are gonna be 3. And we're gonna move that around for a second. Make sure we like that organization. Because, yeah, you look like all those pieces back there. Okay? Number 2. That grouping. Yeah? Number 3 here is this. Yeah, with that. Little piece at the bottom there is below that. Below everything. Maybe it counts as that one, actually. Let's put you back where you belong. It was lower fringe 7. Might maybe belong in lower fringe 1 instead. No, definitely not. Okay. I don't think it belongs in 2. Yeah, it's below most of 2. Below those. Yeah, okay. However, when we're looking at this, I think we're going to actually make this one number 1. So you're going to be number 1 because you are the highest on the list of things. And then you are gonna be number 2, and then the other one is number 3. Because you here. Oh, I see. This actually is blending into it. Hold on, undo that. Whoop, do that again. Yeah, you actually belong inside of lower fringe 1. Oh, did I do something? Yeah, I didn't put it back. Okay, go back in there. Now, I move you together. You go like that. And the reason for that is because this literally breaks off of you. You, though, I don't necessarily think... Oh, no, you do. Okay. So then, it's not so much an org. The other ones, they were, like, more separated. These are connected to this. We're gonna get rid of the org on this. Because we are gonna want some of the motions to contain all of those. And we have to make sure that when we do motions on the lower bits, they don't, Ooh, green! Yes, it's blue the green. I forgot to put on the one window thing. Hold on, studio mode. Bing. Also, I'm technically on the wrong window still. I forgot it did that to me. Of course, I remember to put this on at the very end of the rigging portion of stream. Hold on, we gotta switch over to here. Bing. There we go. This means nothing to you. The screen difference means nothing to you. But for me, it means I can push this button. That doesn't work right now because it's going to the wrong spot. But I can push that button. But how are you doing, Signal? Welcome in. I am dealing with the joys that is hair. Alright, so then this is the hair shadow stuff. Not cheek fringe. I need... Oh, you don't have it for this because it's all the way down here. That's where this big shadow down there comes from. Okay. So I don't have to organize that any further than that. Yay! That's as much organization as that gets. The only issue is, again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that big shadow down there, because I think I'm going to have to copy-paste shadow bits for that to get replaced, because there's no way for that to continue to be the right shape in the long run. Which is why if I'm going to do it for that anyways, I may as well do it for this piece as well. Pieces that are on the face, I'm not worried about doing it too. I'd probably have to do it at least for the section we just did. That section. Anything that's down here. That is indeed blue. How are you doing, Stren? It means everything to you? Are we regarding the spin or something else? Oh yes, the fact that the screen change. Yes. I remember now. I remember that. Doing alright trying to edit. I know that feeling. Since I've returned to streaming, I'm like, I really should start working on like doing shorts or whatever. Yes, the screen change. Yes. I remembered my own words that I said just moments ago, eventually, you know? Let's save. I have not saved this entire stream. Let's do that now. Oops. No blue, only green. But you're wrong. Because it's blue. Our friend, blue. Alright. However, I think this is the point where, I'm going to swap over to playing Ova Magica instead of doing this. Arguably, I could try to organize that real quick. There's not a lot to it, so I may as well. Alright. Oh, I put all of it into just one organizer earlier. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just organize this. Can't even see it. Oh, an ad break is about to begin. Need a save redeem. I do need a save redeem. That is a very good point. Right. Org. Great. that. Again, it doesn't have a shadow and you can't even see it. Me. Short to long hair. Good, it didn't break. Because, yeah, we also have long hair version. And in the long hair version, we get this little guy. Actually, wait, hold on. Oh, in my reorganization, I've got to double check if that piece stays. I think it goes away. But in my switching things around, didn't. Looks at delete redeem. No, no delete redeems. None of that. All right, an ad break's about to start. I wanted to swap during the ad break, but if I'm going to organize this real quick, that's not going to happen. But hold on, I just want to double check. Gotta go looking at model files. Make sure that I know what I'm doing. Clients, blue, my files. No, not my files. I want chunk files. That blue. Any PNG of that blue will work. Give me that. Okay, yes. Both things stay, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, but it's the long fringe is what I was looking at right now. Okay, then I had this. Let me just solo that for a moment. So that is, wow! Okay, it connects all the way up there. Fantastic. Honestly, I don't think anything separates off of this enough to warrant me separating it any further. Because, like, that's the bulk of it, but, like, all of it needs to attach. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that, I think is just going to stay as being called the right side. Anything further than that will be later. So we'll just go back to short hair blue, which that hairstyle is not for the outfit here, it's for the other thing. Because, yeah, I have to rig blue arguably twice-ish after I finish this first version of blue. There is secret second thing, but the hair only existed in the one file, so you get the secret hair in this one. Okay, but yeah, so we have saved. Let us swap over to the chatting screen. Well, I'm saving 5 billion times before we consider that done. So we're going to work on this swapping here during this ad break, which means YouTube, we are done with this particular stream of the rigging, and we will be starting a new stream over there for Ovamagica in just a moment. So YouTube, I will see you again in just a moment if you come on over to the new stream. But new stream, new thumbnail. So see you in just a minute, YouTube, and thank you for hanging out with the rigging. Bye bye, YouTube stream.